Okay, here's Edmodo, and I'm going to show you some key features that you guys are going to need to remember. At the beginning of the year, you'll note that the group code is locked, and I want to unlock that because you need to get the code for the children. So click on here and on reset, and you can see now you've got this new code, and that's the new code you need to give to your children, and that will last for 14 days. You can see here also that I've also created some students. Now I've shown you how to create student accounts, and I've shown you how to capture student accounts as part of the username and password. But if during the year the children forget or you lose something, you need to know that you can come in to click on members here, and you come across, and here are my students, and if you click on more, you've got options down here, and one of them is change the password. So long as you don't forget your username and password to get into your classroom, you can always help your children. That's a good one to remember. So again, remember that. You click on more and come down here, you can change the password, and you can actually change the also lock students out as well if you want to just let them have read-only access for whatever reason, perhaps at the end of the year. So let's look at some other things that we can do. Let's remind ourselves how to make a small group. So if we click on here, small group, we give our group a name, and we can differentiate this. This is where we can put differentiated activities. So let's call this numeracy 1. And click create. Now you can see our two groups. So we click on numeracy 1, we open this group up, and now we can click on members over here. So we'll make sure we're in numeracy group, and if you don't like the name, remember you can do everything via the gears. Click on here, you can rename it, but we're happy with that. If we right click on this, oh no, we can go on for a minute, down here. I don't know what we did here, but let's come down here. Let's come back to members. In here, and click on here, we can add members to small group, and these are the members of my class currently, so I'm going to add student and Holden Vector here, add selected members, and so that's how we can create small groups. So we come back to home. Part of all this is navigating back to different spaces. So obviously in here we click on numeracy group 1, we can put some posts in here. So we're in numeracy group 1, we're on posts, we can set alerts, we can set our assignments, and they will go to the members of that particular group. If we click back onto home, this will be stuff that goes to the entire class, dummy class here. So that'll do for the moment for lesson 1, I think. Okay, in this second tutorial I'm going to show you how to create an assignment. So, as you can see here, I've got my group set up on the left hand side here, literacy and numeracy, and I've got my dummy class here. So if I click on home, I'm doing this simply just to make things more obvious. I'm outside of my class, and so what that means now is I can create my assignment and then assign where I want to send my assignment to. So let's click on assignment over here. Let's give the assignment a title, so let's call this then we've got to give it a description, and the description is where you actually put the instructions for the assignment. So this is where you can be quite specific about the task. So now the next thing I need to do is there's a whole bunch of things I can do here. So I want to add a file. So let's come down here. Let's add on this document here. Click open, and you can see here that my document is uploading. But I've got other options here. So I can add a file from the library, which I may I'll create later on. But I can also embed content from, say, like YouTube. So I'm going to go to YouTube now. I'm going to go and find, let's do this, Google Glass. Let's click on this. Click on pause. So we'll do at the bottom of every video is the share option, and then we can click on the embed option. Now, for they've been saving space here. If we click on show more, it's very important that you actually make sure that down here the show suggested videos icon is unticked. I've unticked it, and now I click back in here, Command A to make it blue, copy that, come back to Edmodo, and so now I've got my spreadsheet here. Now I want to add a link, and I can put my embed code in here and give it a title. So let's do this, and click attach. And the last thing I need to do, or there's two more things I need to do, I need to set the due date, and so let's make that due on Monday. And the last thing here is I need to send it to someone. So because I've set it outside of any classroom or any group that I'm in, I need to click on here. I need to look for my groups. So what I can do is look on for literacy, LIT. It starts coming up. Let's come up here. All my connections. Let's click on here. No, close that. Don't want that. Let's do okay. Literacy one. No, let's do this to. There we go, to the entire class. Click on that, and then I can click. Okay, so this is the third tutorial on how to use Edmodo. What we're going to look at here now is how to insert or for students to insert some content. So what we're going to do is get them to make a note. So we'll come to dummy class over here, and let's say we're making it into a literacy group activity, and let's say it was a reading activity for a literacy group, and I want to add as a student some content. So you can see here it's going to go in literacy group. Now we're going to type my note. Here is my reading from November 28th. So now I want to add the reading, which I've done on Audioboom, which you've got over here. So the children need to have made their recording using Audioboom, and that will be a separate tutorial, and you guys know how to use that. But the thing today is, how do we get the Audioboom into here so that it can be sent and submitted to the teacher? And the easiest way to do that at the moment is simply to look at highlight the web address of the actual recording that we want. So let's just find out how to get back to that. So if we logged into Audioboo, when we log into Audioboo, we can see all of our posts. So let's come back. Here's Abigail's. Actually click on Abigail's itself, and we can see we get the actual individual recording of Abigail. Now the trick now is, after this address, is you just simply put .mp3, which basically tells the web it's going to be an audio recording, and you highlight all of that, and you copy it, and you come back to Edmodo, and what we can do now is add our link, paste that in, give it a title. This is my recording. And click attach. And now this file has been attached. We can delete it or whatever, and now we can click send. And now it has been sent. Now here's the magic of this. Here it looks like it's not been embedded. Here's an example of something that has been embedded. It looks like it's blank, but if we click on the link, rather than going to Audioboom, what happens is it just turns up as a player. So the children can listen and play very easily.